first one is, Alan, if I need to reseed or I need to overseed thin spots, but I also have to level or flatten my lawn with sand, is the seed going to grow in the sand? And the answer is, don't look at those things as all or nothing. Look at them separately. So here's what I'm talking about there. If you need to level or flatten low spots in your lawn, that takes priority over seeding, aeration, fertilizing, pretty much everything, because your lawn is essentially unusable, or it is not as usable as it could be when there are areas that need to be leveled or flattened out, right? If you have a bumpy lawn, it doesn't matter how beautiful it is, it's not pleasant to utilize the lawn. It's not pleasant to walk on, it's not pleasant to mow it, it's not pleasant to play soccer on it, or whatever things that you guys do on your lawns. If it's bumpy, unlevel, uneven, pits, areas that hold water, sags, whatever you want to call them, if that's in the lawn is unusable. So forget about seeding right now, forget about fertilizing, and get that fixed first. Then move on. The idea being you don't have to correct every single problem here in September of this year. You are going to live with your lawn for many years, hopefully. Hopefully, you're going to stay in your house for a long time, and you're going to treat your lawn just like any relationship, that you're going to invest in it for the long term. You don't go and try to fix every single problem in that relationship within a 45-day span. No, what do? You kind of pick your spots. You take the easy wins first, or maybe you fix the things that are really damaging that relationship the most first. You correct those, and then you kind of tick off boxes. And what you notice is, if you have a long-term relationship with someone like that, that over time that relationship gets really, really, really good, because you all have worked together to overcome the problems one at a time, and you learn each problem that you overcome, you learn to be able to work together to overcome the next one that much quicker, easier, better, or without as much collateral damage. And the same thing can happen on the lawn. So that's where I'm saying, don't try to do it all now. If you need to level the lawn, if you need to flatten the lawn, do that first. Now, one thing I want to caution you about is what caused the bumps, what caused the ruts. Typically, it's going to be water. And one of the things that, if you click the link in the description below, if you're on YouTube, you can check out a video I just put out over at my buddy Chris's house over by Lakewood Ranch over by there. He's got a big project going on. We did actually some videos on plugging there a couple weeks ago, and now I'm just continuing to work with him. We put some rain gutters on. That's what the video's about. And we also installed drainage, because he's got a blank canvas now. He's completely re-landscaping the thing. And I said, man, we have a very good opportunity here to take care of all the water flow that comes off of your roof and all the water flow that comes off of your pool deck, and get that out and away from your future lawn space. Because what does flowing water do? It creates ruts, creates bumps. Water's going to find its way through, and it's going to create ruts. I mean, it created the Grand Canyon, if you think about it. So it's going to do the same thing in your lawn. So that's what I'm saying. If you need to flatten and level things out, why don't you first check and see, what can I do to go ahead? Maybe it's going to be a little bit more invasive, but do that now. Get that water controlled. Get that water. Again, you'd be surprised how much water comes off your roof. And if it goes into downspouts and into your lawn, plus the rain or whatever that's already falling on the lawn, that can really wreak havoc. And that can be one of the reasons for your low spots. So check that out for sure and correct that first. Then do your leveling, and then maybe the next year, that's when you start worrying more about, hey, I've got thin spots, maybe I need to sod a couple spots or seed a couple spots, and that can be when you do the aeration overseeding the following fall. And because of that, maybe you'll have to decide against seeding in the spring too. We have a question about that coming up a little bit later, about seeding in the spring and some of the different tips that I can give you about that. Idea being here, eat the elephant in small bites. Take care of the things that are damaging the relationship with your lawn the worst now, and then work on the rest later. As you grow a lawn over time, you're going to get better and better at it. You're going to learn your land, and you're going to be able to get success much quicker in the future as you've learned it, and as you've worked with it, and as you've improved that relationship together. Okay.